Alright traders, welcome to another trading session with Price Action Pros. My name's Jason G. Just recording this trade I've just entered into right now. As you can see, I'm in a short trade. Market conditions are very challenging today in terms of entry exits and risk reward, getting the stops in a safe position where we're not going to easily get stopped out. It's been highly volatile, quite large price bar fluctuations, making it quite challenging to get precise entry. I've been observing the markets for quite some time. Been a little bit scared out by the price action, but I've been looking at multiple time frames for this short trade, which I see as on the very highest time frame. I have a setup that I'm looking at, which shows this move to the downside. When you have price whipsawing around and having such a large range in its moves, what looks like large ranges on the 610 and even the 1597, it often helps to jump up to a higher time frame to give you a better perspective of what is actually going on, because there's definitely something going on. So I'm trying to hold this trade right now. Not easy. Or strong continuation to the downside to break this previous pivot low, but with the choppiness, I'm just gonna have to zero myself out here on a break even, because we're looking at 3.5-4 points already in the green. I just need this to break down now. It easily just ping straight back to me. But I got a really solid entry. I'm happy to hold it and let it work. I think the best approach to these market conditions is to actually take less trades and hold for larger moves if you can. So kind of almost swing trading, really, rather than running the risk of over trading and getting whipsawed and chopped out. Doesn't make sense to me to, I could quite easily have lost 3 or 4 full stops, minus 1.25, but I'd rather just go in with 1 or 2 trades and double my risk. I did have an initial 2-point risk on this move, and it's looking good right now. We're getting a strong breakthrough on the MACDs on the 610, but it concerns me a little bit is the higher time frame, the 4181, which is strong to the upside on the MACDs. On the 100946, which you can't see on the screen at the moment, this looks like a great early retracement short to the downside for a larger move, so that's why I'm holding this. So we'll see how it works out. Be alright. of feel like a stop out is quite possible, even likely now. So I don't want to choke this trade because there is such a range in these in the price structure that I need to give every last tick I can for these larger moves to work out. Break even's break even. I definitely want to secure some profit, but when I've got a potential 7 or 8 point trade, I'm not worried about taking a point profit, leaving a whole bunch of other points behind on the table. So I think that my overall analysis is correct. As always, it's a question of timing, even if your analysis is correct, and excellent positioning and quite a lot of luck today with your entries. So I've just been looking at the market for a little while before I entered this trade. Had a couple no fills because I wasn't quick enough. So yeah, we're just gonna hang on here and see, give it a chance to work out. Basically, let your winners run, cut them losers quick. So a few things that concerns me. You know, we got the EMA's flattening out, like these on the highest time frame there, bit lively to the upside. We'll see how it goes. Just keeping an eye on it. that's a shame. So yeah, I really had hopes for that to break down at that point. Bringing up the higher time frame in a moment to the highest time frame to show you here what I've been looking at. So as you can see, so we got this really strong pop to the upside. To me, it looks like a washout. I'm still not convinced this is not going to go down. So let's see how it works out. Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a moment and come back as soon as I'm ready to get back in if there's another opportunity. Okay, traders, coming back at you with a second short attempt on this overall move to the downside, which is my expectation for this, and it's even more reinforced by that strong pop up to the upside. You see how it just bolted up and then turn around and back on itself, V-shaped salute. To me that's looked like a washout for all the traders that were in the earlier move, which I was in the earlier move, but lucky for me I had my stop in place at break even once we moved about 3 points away, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to just get spiked out here or whipsawed out, which is definitely possible because I'm in quite deep, but I'm in on the underside of the EMA here, so I feel like it's a good position. It's my second and probably last attempt at this move. In the highest time frame, when you look at that, it looks like this is the early move to the downside after all of that run that you see on the 1597, on the 100946. This looks like this is the first part of the move to the downside. So that's when my overall bias is coming from. Trying to get the entry with a 1 1/4 point stop is another thing altogether. So I'm having to, unfortunately choke some trades out just to deal with the volatility. So I'd rather get a break even than unnecessarily choked out and have a winning trade of 3+ points turn into a losing trade, which I just can't accept. So if you're going to trade these markets, you have to adapt your trading method. This is not how I would usually trade. My stop would be behind the last pivot high, most likely, or very close to it. And normal market conditions are very different to these market conditions. So we're adapting to the environment, which is really the only way to survive in the markets if you trade every day. Gonna hang on here and see what we get. What I do like is what's going on with the MACDs on across all the time frames, really. 610's looking good there. You got some strength to the downside, broken the 0 line. If you look at the furthest time frame to the far right, the highest time frame there is 4181. You can see the MACDs has pulled up to the underside of that 0 line and showing some respect there. It looks like slowing down. And then the trading time frame 1597, we're outside of the bands there, but it, to me, looks like we're ready to sort of pull back into them. I may have got in here quite early. Yeah, so getting an idea of where this could really go to. I think, breaking this previous swing low is highly likely, but whether I have the stomach to hold for that amount. So if you look at the highest time frame here, the 10.946, you can see the first move I got into here was the first pullback underneath that EMA, the orange EMA. Good at the moment. I'm pleased to be in this trade. Definite strong move down there on the MACDs, get some strength to the downside on the highest time frame. You can see we just crossed over on the 1597. To me, it looks good to continue. It's just whether or not risk is for me that whether we get another pullback first, which is possible. So trying to secure my position here with break even at the least. I can't really justify giving any points back at this stage of the trade, but at the same time I don't want to choke it by trying to secure, you know, a point and a half, a point and a quarter, or even 2 points, because with the big picture in mind, that is chicken feed compared to what a move like this can make. So I'll take break even before I take those kind of scraps. I know that, you know, that's not usually my mentality. My mentality is take what you can get, let the market tell you when to get in and out. But I find that just the price structure and the band spread and the size of the bars is just not giving me that luxury to, you know, I feel like I've done well enough to not get stopped out on any trade, even a good entry. There's still high risk to get stopped out. So, you know, when it starts to move off in my direction, I've got a goal, or I've got an analysis I've made. I don't want to choke it to the point where I'm just going to, you know, get high ticked and get a point out of it when it was an 8-point move, because I've done well enough to just even get in and survive the first part of that trade, and now I need to let it work. So I'll take a break even. I can't justify giving it money back once we've moved sort of 3 points, 2.5 points out of the way. But yeah, in this highest time frame, you can see what the trade is I've taken here. So the repeat of what happened yesterday, exact same move. That's the entry there. Pull to the underside of the EMA. I took the first attempt, and it's the same thing that happened yesterday. A natural progression on this highest time frame. It does look very simple what's happening, but obviously you're looking at the 610, you've got no idea what's going on with the market, but that's why we use higher time frames as well. So everything's looking great at the moment. This slowdown here is some annoying areas, but it's a bit of a most likely consolidation. You can see with if you look at the MACDs on this high time frame as well, you know, it looks like a really shallow retracement on the MACDs. See how long we can hold it for. My target is around about the previous swing low, just because I'd like to get some points in the bag. Really, it'll probably go for more, but you know, that's a really good move already. So here we go. Now look at the 610. You see the MACDs there? They're all flattening out. That's just before a breakdown. That's gonna just pop now. I'm looking to get out at my trend line there, the blue trend line you see on the highest time frame, or the 100% fib, around about. So we'll see. Everything's looking nice and strong. I love the way the MACDs are looking on the 610. A lot of strength on the 1597. You see that how they're outside of the bands, big gaps between them, nice and strong. Pushing hard to the downside here. I'm looking for a one and done today with this trade. We get what I'm hoping we're going to get out of it, then we'll be wrapping it up, because it's just too volatile for me, these markets with small stops. You're a little bit of profit, which is reasonable to do now, you know, just a little bit, but I'll take a break even at this point. Here we go. Just want to see that 610 MACD just roll over like with some big gaps between the BBs. We know we're off to the, I would say we're off to the moon, but we're not going in that direction. Yep, we're off to the races. More market. I know where you want to go. Got to keep my nerve here with this. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like you should just walk away, you know, come back in 10 minutes and you probably make double the money, but I know at the same time, irresponsible, not really a professional, but should be able to sit through this. And here we go. Oh yeah, look at that 610 MACD. Break it down, baby. Break it down. Good stretch, that's it. Off to the races, going out a good stretch. Probably gonna move for more, but giving anything back. But the price has been so spiky, you know, we could pop back 5 points in a bar or two. So I've got to be realistic. First slowdown I'm getting out. Approaching the first slowdown now. Get it? Can we get it? Get it, get it, get it. Get it. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. I'm gonna take an exit. Almost. Wait for it. Keep an eye on the MACDs. Yeah, let's get it. Me. You do it. Don't you do it. You do that.
Target filled.
Here we go. Bam. That's how we roll. I caught a glimpse of that 7 something points. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? So 7.25 on that one. Very nice, and I'm definitely wrapping it up for the day. I don't care what this does, where it goes. Probably going to move and continue. I'm happy with the trade because it took long enough to achieve that trade. I got it on the second attempt, and yeah, I don't really care what it does now, so we're not even going to pay attention. 7.25, one contract, one and done. Wrap it up, call it a day. Alright traders, so that is us done for today. One and done, one good trade. 7.25, we took the earlier break even there, same attempt at the same move. Both really good entries. Good decision on the first trade to take that break even. Stopped me from being washed out and gave me the the ability to re-enter back into the trade once all of those unlucky retailers have been washed out. So yeah, Lady Luck was on my side for that one. Not just Lady Luck, but good analysis. So we're done, and just want to thank you for joining me today. It's just a short recap on what I did today. Hopefully you're gonna get a live streaming tomorrow. We'll see how time goes. We'll see we even trade these markets because they're getting a bit scary at the moment. So see how it looks tomorrow. Alright guys, so thanks for joining me. If you like what you see, please remember to subscribe and click that like button. Tell your friends. If you have any questions or you want to start a conversation on the channel, just drop a comment in down there. And if there's anything you want to see in the future, any content that you want to see on the channel, shoot me an email, priceactionpros@gmail.com. And if enough people are interested, I can put a video together on to help you understand more, to help you learn a little bit about how I trade these markets, and more than happy to help in that way. So alright, Jason G, Price Action Pros, and I'm out. I'll see you next time. Take care.